It's been about 3 years since my last pedalboard video, and a lot has changed since then, and I would like to show you where we're at now. Here's the pedalboard right now, and let's go through the signal routing so I can explain how it works. The guitar comes into the tuner over here, up at the top. Out of the tuner, we're going into the line selector. The line selector splits it into two signals, channel A and channel B. I use channel A for the guitar side of the board. So out of the line selector, we're going into the noise suppressor. After the noise suppressor, we have the rat down here. And from the rat, we're going into the simplifier amp simulator. And after the preamp, we come back into the noise suppressor, and the noise suppressor just keeps the board quiet when I'm not playing. Out of the noise suppressor, we're coming into the space echo. This is my favorite Boss pedal, the RE2, works wonders. We're coming in here mono, and we're coming out of here stereo into the two stereo loopers. These are both Digitech Jamman Express XT loopers. More about those later. And stereo out of the loopers back into the simplifier for the cab simulator. There's stereo XLR out the top, as well as stereo 1/4 inch out. I use the sum mono for practicing, so I have mono out from the guitar amp back into the line selector, and that's the whole guitar loop. Channel B on the line selector is my bass loop, so when I'm playing bass guitar, I can plug it into the tuner, switch which loop I'm on, and everything works the same. Out of channel B, we're going into the bass station amp, also from Humboldt simplifier. Out of there, we're coming into the looper, and this is where I store all of my bass loops in the Jamman Solo XT. This is a great looper. The whole board is basically built around this looper and what it's capable of. It's also a phrase sampler, so out of this looper we have the bass coming back into the bass amp, but we also have the samples from the looper coming into the parallel channel in the bass amp, which is unaffected, and there's two XLR outs on the top of the bass amp, and there's a sum mono. And the sum mono with both bass and the samples comes back into the line selector. So running in the line selector, we have stereo guitar summed to mono, and we have bass and samples summed to mono. And coming out of the line selector, that's all summed back to mono into the S drum. And the S drum adds drums to the signal and then pops it right out and into my audio interface, which I just use for headphone, and I also use it for all of my recording. The Zoom U24, I've never had a problem with it, works fantastic, very robust, USB powered. The board is USB powered off of these batteries using the Mission Engineering 529 power converters. And the reason why I have the Digitech system is they have this proprietary MIDI clock that runs all the loopers together. And that's the board. So if any questions about the board, how it runs, the different issues that I ran into when setting it up, just put them in the comments below and I'll get to them. It's a lot of fun to play along with. Makes it feel like I've got a whole band behind me.